What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday to you all. This is another live edition of Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. We're also live over on Twitch and we're also live over on Twitter. What's going on, everyone? I hope you all had a wonderful Father's Day with your fathers and all that fun stuff. I hope you all had a good time. But it is Monday, June 17th, 2024. As always, guys, I am Steve. Wait a minute. There I am. We're joined by the good brother, Chase Oliver. What's going on, Chase?
Nothing much, Steve. Just enjoyed a workout. Now I'm here to talk wrestling and other stuff with you.
How was the week? How was your weekend, bro?
Steve, you hanged out with me. What do you mean? How was my
You know,
weekend? I
yes.
was with you. I don't. My dad is not even in this country. I didn't even celebrate Father's Day with him,
okay,
and I don't even talk to him. I don't even talk to my dad.
Okay. But I hope all of you out there, for those that do and all that stuff, hope you all had a good one, and all that fun stuff. But a lot to get into, and look who's joining us now here. Now, look at this. What's going on, bro?
What's going on?
How you been, man? How was your Father's Day, Walty?
It was good. I spent it with my dad. Drank a little bit. Yeah.
Well, the chelas, huh? That's what you did?
Well, I brought my own drinks, but yeah, he brought Modelo's,
Okay.
But,
yeah. So a lot to get into. Yeah. So right here, why is 6 tonight? I don't know. Maybe, could be. You just never know. What else is in here? Tricky Peter, congrats to Izzy, but her dad is a jerk, I guess, regarding to Bailey #1 fan Izzy Moreno becoming the youngest Mission Pro Wrestling champion in history. Congrats to her.
how old is she?
Good question. She has to be, I think, now 8. Let's see here.
17.
I would presume so. I wouldn't know.
That's crazy.
But there's a lot to get into. A lot went down over the weekend. If you have a question for us as well, and a lot of fun stuff, feel free to shoot your questions in the live chat. This past weekend, we did episode number 2 of Saturday Night Thunder, where most of the stream I was asleep and battling sleep. But yeah, we did watch Collision, Triple Mania, Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen. They left it all out there. They left their heart and soul in the ring. Gervonta Davis, knockout victory, and some GCW. So again, guys, whenever you get a chance, whenever you feel like, go give it a rewatch. Episode 2 of Saturday Night Thunder.
What the fuck is that?
Thunder. What else would it be? What else? Thunder sound.
I don't know.
But maybe you don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure. I don't know either. I don't know. I'm just hoping Sir Ian McCallan will be okay. Apparently, he fell and may have broken his hip or pelvis. Okay. I hope speedy recovery. I hope everything is okay. But a lot went down this weekend. Obviously, this past Saturday was WWE Clash at the Castle in Scotland. I took part of the True Heel Heat watch along on their channel. All of us here did in certain moments of the show. But overall, I thought the show as a whole, I thought it was a solid show. Very solid. I thought the matches of the night for me were the opening, right? That being AJ and Cody, the main event, and honestly, the Intercontinental title match. I thought those 3 matches were like the matches to go back and rewatch whenever you get a chance on this show. What about you guys? What do you feel were like the matches of the night and all that stuff?
AJ and Cody for sure was the match of the night. You can go back and watch the main event if you want, just for the crowd. But match wise, it was definitely Damian Priest's best performance. But I wanted to say, like, I don't know. It's one of those matches. It's hit or miss to me. Like, the more you watch it, the more you're like, was it just good in the moment?
For sure. Walter, what about you, man?
Yeah, I agree. I think the opening match is probably the match of the night. And the main event I enjoyed. Maybe I have to rewatch that and just see my second opinion, but I enjoyed it at that moment. Then the middle of the card, Gable and Zayn was probably the best out in the middle. And then the other 2 matches, they're women matches, respectfully. They were decent.
Yeah, respectfully. They were decent. I think, again, you had a show that featured a lot. Yeah, you featured what? 4 Scots on the show.
Scots.
And only 2 of them walked out as champion, right? Not who everyone was expecting, but you had to crown someone a champion, right? And if it wasn't going to be who we all thought was going to be, right? Might as well, again, just to get that moment from the crowd reacting, all that stuff. Yeah, why not? Why not?
I should have figured if I had a feeling that Drew wasn't gonna win, I should have picked that. Yeah, Isla Dawn, Alba Fire, because the champs didn't have to get pinned. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, exactly. So Cage Match gave this show a 7.70 out of 10.
That's sort of fair.
Yeah, they had an attendance of 11,391 at the OVO Hydro. Like we mentioned, yeah, Cody and AJ, they had an I Quit match. I thought this was good. This is definitely the blowout, the blow-off match for sure. They had Mama Rhodes fly out for this show as well, and everyone was speculating, this is going to be where I guess Cody loses the belt, right? They're going to have Mama Rhodes get involved in some way, even though technically she did get involved, right? She slapped AJ not once, but like 3 times, right? But it was all said, both men bled here, which is something that is rare to see from WWE, where both guys bleed, right, in a match. But when it was all said and done, AJ said, "I quit." They did the whole thing, right, where he's in the corner, right, and he's about to, I guess, hit him with some steel steps or the chair, whatever it was, and AJ just screamed, "I quit." Kind of similar, if you guys remember, at AEW a couple of months back, it was Adam Copeland and Christian Cage in their I Quit match, and Christian was in the corner and he screamed, "I quit." Just in this match, there wasn't that many like run-ins and overbooking and stuff like that. But after this, we saw the Bloodline, as Cody was leaving, try to get the attack on Cody. And Kevin Owens and Randy Orton made the save. And if you guys saw that visual of Randy looking at Cody's title, kind of like citing that, hey, likely, you know what? SummerSlam. Letting everyone know what's going to be, happening later on this summer. Anything you guys want to add about that or talk about that?
Yeah, I think that's probably where they're going. Solo is going to be like that feud for Money in the Bank for Cody. They might even do a 6-man tag. Who knows? But like something like that. Like Cody's going to feud with the Bloodline for a bit, and then Orton either turns heel or I don't know what happens. I think it wouldn't. It's weird because I don't think no one wants to boo Randy Orton, but I don't know where they'll go with this, but yeah, it looks like for sure Orton and Cody, that's the plan for SummerSlam. Makes sense. But yeah, other than that, really good I Quit match. Now we know what's next for AJ Styles. I know we'll talk about that later. So
we will. We'll talk about that in a bit here. But Chase, anything you want to add to this, bro?
No, it was a good match. I really enjoyed that these 2 have good chemistry, Cody and AJ, and yeah, it's going to be exciting to see how they get to Orton and Cody. I don't see why Orton would turn on Cody for the Bloodline, like unless there was like some reasoning. So I got to see the reasoning. I'm not going to just let it slide because it's a match that people want to see in the Cody title reign of him versus Orton, and it is a SummerSlam worthy match. It's a match where you can put that on SummerSlam easily. So I'll have to wait and see. But I do like the little hints there. I just need to see how it gets there because I'm not just going to be satisfied just because it's Orton versus Cody, and that's what the people want, Yeah,
that's fine, bro. I look forward to seeing the reasoning too. What's the reason for Cody? My bad, for Randy to turn on Cody, right? We'll see. We did have the women's tag team title, the triple threat tag team title match. We had Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the Unholy Union. Did not know they were being called that, but that's fine. Versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. everything was going good with this match up until the Jade spot. I'm sure we've all seen the clips, right? Surfacing on social media. Jade went for a springboard off the top rope, but she slipped. And after that, the entire match just went downhill. Now, listen, things happen, right? Not everyone's perfect. Botches are gonna happen. Botches will happen. It's pro wrestling, right? There was that moment where Shayna had Jade in the cure for the clutch, and clearly you see Jade Cargill tap out. So the referee had to tell her to stop. Don't tap.
It goes for real though. You think Shayna really choked her out?
Could it be possible that maybe Shayna was choking her a little tighter than normal, right? And any other opponent that she would be in the ring with, it's possible. You're in that moment. Hey, you're choking someone and you're locking in the choke, and
she probably should have done something else. Jade probably should have done something besides tapping.
And
use her fist or something. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. It was, and then you see the whole thing where Bianca does like the dive from the top turnbuckle, right? The move that she does, right? The 450, and she lands on. She lands on
crazy.
It was crazy, bro. And then you see, who was it? Was it Isla Dawn or was it Alba Fire or Isla Dawn? One of the two get the pinfall win for the team. So they win, right? And I also want to point things out too. Like, and I hope Mike saw this clip because we told Mike when he hopped on to watch along. There was a moment in the match where Zoe Starr did the swing, did the whole bat swing, right? I know Mike calls her from time to time. Oh my goodness, what's
Jackson Holiday?
Yeah, Jackson Holiday. So hopefully Mike gets to watch that clip whenever he gets a chance. Maybe he did. Who knows? But
you think she?
Yeah,
got that from here. I think that's probably like something she does. That'd be crazy though.
I may be crazy though. She did be crazy. I mean, after all, we did cause NXT to do something, right? Was it a year ago? So
yeah, but why was always start acknowledge her getting made fun of?
I don't know. I don't fucking know, bro. It's out there though, but we'll see. Listen, again, it was a good moment for Alba Fire, Isla Dawn. Is it gonna last long? No, but this is a good moment, right? It's country women getting their win in their country, right? So likely 2 weeks from now, they're gonna drop the belts back to Bianca and Jade Cargill, or if not, maybe that sets up their singles match. No, everybody wants to see the singles match.
No, I'll see. They'll rock it till SummerSlam at least. Give him that. I mean, maybe Money in the Bank. They'll lose.
Or if not, you know what? If I'm Jade, I get back to work at the PC. Get back to there's some stuff she needs to work on. It's still clear. Like she needs to work on some things. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
But anything y'all want to add to this match? Anything y'all want to say?
No. Nah. There's nothing to say. I mean,
what is there to say?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, it's a token win for them.
Yeah, it was. Then we had Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. This was the Intercontinental title. For a lot of people, this was their match of the night. Again, these two guys went out there. Amazing performance, right? There was this whole thing where Chad Gable had a plan, right, with the Alpha Academy, and it looked like we're gonna see this plan where Chad distracted the referee, and Maxine Dupree was about to hit Sammy with the title, and she couldn't do it. She was rocking a walking boot, and near the end of the match, they're all on the outside, and she falls. And it looked like Otis was going to attack Sammy, right? But instead, he lifts up Maxine Dupree and walks away. He walks away with Maxine Dupree, and that caused distraction for Sammy to hit the Haluva kick on Chad Gable for the 1-2-3. Even though throughout the entire match, Chad Gable was also working on the ankle of Sami Zayn. Now, where did this lead? Chad Gable, the Intercontinental title, because it was also announced over the weekend that Chad Gable re-signed with WWE. He resigned officially. He officially resigned. Could we see tonight on Raw Chad Gable finally snapping, right, and letting go of everyone and bringing in this new Alpha Academy? There are talks of the Creed brothers, finally joining Chad Gable in this whole heel faction thing, and possible, again, I'll ask you this question. Do you guys see one more match happening between Sammy and Chad, let's say at Money in the Bank in Canada? And that's where Chad gets his win.
I think Sammy moves on. I think Chad is onto feuding with Otis now and everything. I don't think he's going to be feuding with Sami Zayn. He's already lost to him 3 times. They did 3 matches with him. He lost on the episode of Raw. He had the triple threat match, lost there, and now he lost at the Clash of the Castle. No need to continue on.
Walty, what says you, man?
Yeah, I just don't know how you would get to another match with Sami Zayn. It's like, yeah, like Shay said, he lost so many times already to him. So it's like, I don't know how they get there. I think they should move on. Chad Gable, he re-signed, so he'll have plenty of opportunities to go for a singles title. I think right now you got to still establish that heel persona, and Otis is getting a lot of crowd. The crowd loves Otis, so I think that next story with Otis and Chad Gable, some people might think it's a downgrade, but not really. I mean, this is the story they're building. The whole match, Sami Zayn was just like a placeholder, and he's the champion. People were more invested in if Otis is going to turn on this guy. So that's probably where they're going next.
Yeah. What's up, J Mac? Hope all is well with you. I see a match with Reed. Could be. Romeo Damas, aka Romeo, writes here. The ref pointed out to AJ in the first match that the ropes were loose. That's probably why Jade and Priest lost their footing. Shocking, they ain't fix it all night. Yes, fix it all night. Yeah, I was shocked about that too.
Yeah.
I totally to my girl Shayna Baszler, Zoe Starks had no problems with the ropes. So I don't know, Romeo. That sounds a lot of excuses and cap.
Very well be. Could very well be. Again, we don't know. We weren't there. But according to Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark had no problem whatsoever. So there is that. We did have Bayley and Piper Niven. For Piper Niven, this was as good as it was going to get. I like the story. Like, listen, you're wrestling for the women's title in your country, right? In the building that you wrestled years ago, I guess, for ICW, because ICW, which is basically the Scottish promotion that runs shows there, they did a show years ago at the Hydra, right? So this is great. Like, yeah, listen, the story was that when the news came out that, again, this show is going to go to Scotland, she went to Triple H to shoot her shot. I'm sure we all heard the story, right? That she went to shoot her shot at Triple H, pitched the idea to get this match in Scotland, and before she could even say anything, Triple H hit her with Chase just says, yeah,
I know. It's about Scotland, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, don't worry. We'll get you a match.
Just watch.
Yeah.
See, you sound just like the investor, man. Amazing. Hope Priest is okay. Said his ankle felt like trash at the presser after. Yeah, I did hear about that too. But from what I'm hearing, that he was, there's like no injury. So we'll see. The one thing I guess you could talk about this match with Chelsea Green got thrown out of the ring. She got thrown out of the ringside area by the referee, and then she came back wearing the Rey Mysterio mask. But when it was all said and done, Bayley did pick up the W against Piper Niven. So good for Bayley. Again, she's going to get that match. Well, she will be defending her title at SummerSlam against Nia Jackson. We're just, until we get there, Anything y'all want to add to this? Walter, Chase? We'll just keep moving. Let me know.
It was a fine match.
Yeah. Decent match, good for Piper, like you said, getting this match in her home country. We'll just wait and see once Bayley drops that title to Nia Jax.
Yeah. Then we got the main event: Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I was hoping they were gonna play Broken Dreams. That didn't
Now
happen.
you know why.
Now we know why. Yep. Now we know why.
Now you know why they didn't
I
play
mean,
that
to be fair, Clash of the Castle 2022, they had Broken Dreams like at the
Yeah, but
beginning.
was he gonna look silly and play that again to lose? Come on.
Fair point. Fair point. Touche, Walter. Touche. And he had the whole bagpipe entrance, right? And the match was fun. Again, I think Chase said this earlier. This was probably the best performance by Damian Priest. Even with the whole hiccup where he went to like dive off, like outside the ring, his foot caught on the rope. Even through that, went, again, literally with all with adversity and all, right? Still hung in there. And this is, again, just the back and forth here, right? There was that ref bump at the end, right? And Drew hit the Claymore, and then we saw the referee, right? We didn't see the referee enter the ring, right? Like normally when we see these spots, right, where the referee gets knocked out, they'll bring another referee in, right? You see them running. Like, remember WrestleMania 19 when Sylvain Grenier went running, right, with Charles Robinson. He went running from the stage all the way to the ring. You've seen this shit before in wrestling. But we didn't see like the face, right? So we get to the ring and you see like something kind of funny. I kind of had a feeling who it was going to be, right? It was 1, 2, and the referee stopped to find out from Drew's vantage point that the referee was CM Punk. And CM Punk got the biggest boos ever, bro, in Scotland, bro. He's literally the biggest villain in Scotland right now. It was bad enough, right? Because the day before, Scotland lost to Germany in the Euros, right? Took a beating. And now here's Drew McIntyre the day after, hoping to cheer up the country, right? Nothing. Loses. And obviously, yeah, Damien hit the South of Heaven for the 1, 2, 3. After Drew got low blow, by the way, by CM Punk. So, yeah. Anything you want to add to this?
That was a fine main event. That's all. I really like the main event match. The CM Punk thing, I have to wait to see what they do on Raw. I get it that Drew and Punk have been kind of chirping at each other, but that's been more of on an online basis. It hasn't been something we've seen on TV. And I don't know. Do you really want CM Punk's first program back? I get it that Punk and Drew is a hot storyline. They already tied in Gunther for the world title shot. Do you I want to rush CM Punk back to have a feud with Drew. That's my take on it. I feel CM Punk, you still have to kind of see if this guy's going to be healthy. And even if I don't think Drew winning the title and then losing it to Gunther or being world champion even longer hurts the company, in my personal opinion. But we all know Triple H, he doesn't like short title reigns. Short title reigns, if he could avoid it, he wouldn't do it. So he wouldn't do Damian Priest hold this for 2 months and then Drew hold it for less than 2 months. And then Gunther, he goes on his long title reign, which who knows when that's going to last, because the last time he won a belt, he held it for 666 days. Who's to say Gunther doesn't just hold that belt for another long time, like 400 plus, 500 plus days. So we don't know when Gunther's going to lose that title when he wins it. So I'm fine with that they want to continue heating up CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. I just need more flavor to it. I just feel like it's okay, CM Punk, yes, you're a big time hater, but you and Drew, all this hatred has not been shown on TV. This has just been more of hey, this is an online thing. Drew at the whatever that new building that they had, the new towers, they were showing put CM Punk's scene on the thing. Oh, that's great. Oh, I just need a little bit of triceps and stuff. I get it, but if CM Punk, came out there and came out on Raw one night and said, keep talking about me, Drew, because in the end, it's going to cost you. And then Drew McIntyre still be a troll. I can see it happen a little bit more. And then also, to his plan, what was his plan? Oh, I'm going to go to Scotland. What was he planning on? A rep bump happening? Was he planning on, costing Drew either way? I need CM Punk to also slip and fall here, because the one thing is this, man. a lot of people paid a lot of money and they were hoping for one thing. They were asking for one thing. It's like those people like myself who paid a lot of money just to watch Conor McGregor fight. A lot of them don't care that Abadire and Isla Dawn won their title. Who cares? Like they don't. They're happy for them. Yeah. Who cares? Exactly. Who cares? They're like, yay, that's awesome. That's like an appetizer. That's like when you're at the restaurant and you're like, fuck, where's my main course? And then you just keep getting the blooming onions from fucking Outback, and you're just like, oh, I've been waiting for the main course. I don't even want these blooming onions like that. But fuck it, I'll keep eating. But there's no substance there. There's no substance. You're not getting full of those because there's not the protein you need. Drew McIntyre, there was a reason why people dropped all this quid or whatever the hell is the exchange rate there, is they want to see Drew McIntyre win. And with this PLE, let's just be honest, as it stands, a lot of people probably were only interested in it because of the European crowd. The European crowd is one of the main reasons why you tuned into the PLE. It's not because of like this match card. This match card was literally, it's an okay match card. You know, it's an okay match card from the perspective. AJ and Cody was really the only match with some heat. McIntyre and Priest it was a little bit simmering, but the rest of the matches were clearly geared. And then Gable and Sammy, there was some simmer there, but it wasn't like well told out because Gable's been losing most of the time. So, but yeah, people pay good money and they see their boy lose. And really, to be honest, if I was someone, I heard WWE coming to Scotland again, I ain't giving my money to these guys. Because last time when I gave my money to them, freaking they had my dude lost. They had my dude lose. And I paid $1,000 to sit in the cheap seats. Like, dude, there was that video with the freaking little kid from Glasgow. He was all freaking like, that's CM Punk! You're fucking, he was all screaming. I was like, damn, dude, I could not imagine, man. You thought Drew was going to win, and then this happens? He was pissed. And so I can only imagine that you paid all that money. That was probably some rent money. That was probably some money that you, because let's be real. There's a lot of those times they'll just pay money and they'll say like, I'll charge a card and I'll think about it later. That's what probably happened when they were buying these Clash at the Castle tickets. I'll think about this payment later on the good old credit card. Yeah, now that payment kind of looks bad, and I'm just being honest. It's one of those things that Triple H, I get it. He has some good grace. He has some pass to do some things, but sometimes when you're in, like with Roman Reigns, it made sense. It was like you knew there was a better angle with Roman Reigns. Damian Priest, like, come on, bro. Like Damian Priest is no Roman Reigns. like you're treating Damian Priest like he's like some big merch mover doing all. No, Judgment Day, Rhea, those are Dirty Dom merch movers. Damian Priest, good hand, great guy. You know, I'm not trying to discredit Damian Priest. I'm just saying when you compare, like, if this was Roman Reigns, yeah, you have a good ground of why you would keep Roman Reigns as champion, because when Roman Reigns was champion, the business is doing good. Keeping Damian Priest as champion it's like a middle ground of the business and stuff. And look, I know I like Damian Priest's promo. You know, he was talking about, saying, oh, you guys call me a paper champ and all that other stuff. That's great. I'm just saying, when you look at it, you can't keep pissing off these European fans that want to see a cool moment, because here in America, sometimes a lot of us that are American fans, we tend to forget about that because we're so used. We get to see WWE more than anyone else. A lot of us, we get to pay. We can pay. We can see we can watch this at any time. Like, we can go to an event when they come to us. They barely go to these shows. They barely come here. People are paying good money and they want to see a good moment. Like Jey Uso's not French, but Jey Uso winning that Clash at the last pay-per-view, Backlash, or the 2 pay-per-views ago, Backlash, that would have been cool for the French fans. Like, oh, that's a cool moment that we would never thought we would see, and I'm glad WWE brought that for us. Here's the same thing where Drew McIntyre could have won, and that could have been a cool moment for the people. And then that right there would make you say, okay, I think it would have taken the show up to a top. I think a lot of people would have actually loved the show if Drew McIntyre won.
Well, of course. I think at the end of the day, people had a certain expectations of what, walking again. You probably woke up that Saturday morning, we're on their time zone, right? Woke up waiting for this day, right? Drew McIntyre to get his moment, right? Cheer on with the crowd, knowing full well what happened the day before. Like I mentioned with, Scotland and Germany, the Euro and all that stuff. And that darn CM Punk, man. That darn CM Punk had to ruin it for them. And Now it's being reported too. This is think this is fed here. CM Punk will not be on tonight. Will not be on tonight on Raw. He will be on SmackDown on Friday in Chicago. Now, to my understanding, this week we will find out if he's cleared to go. Now, if he is cleared to go on Friday, Drew McIntyre has to be there. Drew McIntyre has to give him the most vicious beatdown ever for what happened.
I really hope CM Punk kind of leans more into being a heel, because like I think we can all agree, babyface Punk sucks. Like, we don't like babyface Punk. Babyface Punk, like, it's a hit or miss type of thing. Like,
anti-hero, sometimes.
But he's still better as a heel, and that's what, like, he can be a heel that cheers. And I feel like, honestly, get a muscle. I think CM Punk needs a big muscle to make sure that Drew McIntyre doesn't. That always helps CM Punk when he has that big muscle that kind of like is by him and stuff. I feel CM Punk, like, as much as he wants to be cheered, I think him being a heel will be much better business wise for the WWE. And like, honestly, Drew McIntyre, he has a little bit more cachet than Punk at this moment of time. I feel like Punk was kind of leaning into, like, I think people are cheering just because they're happy to see CM Punk again. They were like, oh, we didn't expect again. But I'm pretty sure if you ask CM Punk, he is chomping at the bits. Make me a villain. Make me someone that people can hate and despise. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what he wants, in my personal opinion.
You said a muscle, right? So you think Brody King is counting the days? If that's the case, if he needs a muscle.
God. Why do you always have to bring up AEW wrestlers, Steve? Just let them be on their 6-year contracts. We'll find out. We don't even know when they're free agents. This guy always adds time to them and stuff. Who cares? I do not care about anyone out there. Okay. I'm talking about currently in WWE that could be a muscle for CM Punk. Yes, if Brody King was a free agent, would be the perfect muscle for CM Punk. He used to be a bouncer. I think he would like that. Well, I'm talking about in WWE. Does he ask Bronson Reed for help? I don't know. Maybe Bronson Reed is fine doing
Luke Gallows.
No. Luke Gallows is with the club. We can't do that, man. We can't ruin the club's atmosphere. Or maybe Odyssey Jones is finally able to walk again. Maybe Odyssey Jones gets a call and he spills muscle.
You think Phil will make him pledge though? Like, you have to pledge. Like,
no, I think CM Punk will just cut a promo and be like, this is for my protection. I need protection from Drew McIntyre. Well, in fact, Drew's just a Scottish dumbass. Scottish psychopath? Yeah, psychopaths don't think, Drew. I do. And guess what? I knew you would come out, try to attack me as I'm trying to announce to the world I'm cleared. So I hired a guy to protect me. But not only that, to protect you, Drew, because CM Punk does that shit. That's what he would say.
Yeah,
he would do something. He would spin it around that he has a protection. So that way Drew McIntyre doesn't get to box with God. And that Drew McIntyre needs to know that you want to face CM Punk. You're not facing CM Punk on your terms. You face CM Punk on his terms. He's not just the best in the world in the ring. He is the best in the world when it comes to the brain, baby. And do something like that. That's a CM Punk type promo, and it makes people hate CM Punk a little bit.
Drew has to give him the Randy beat down that he did to Seth.
Oh, when Randy returned back in like 2015.
Yeah, there you go. But that was Clash of the Castle overall. Their next PLE is Money in the Bank in Toronto in a couple of weeks from now. Know what that means, right? No more this for one PLE, not the 2 p.m. time slot, the 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. time slot.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good. All right.
Yeah.
Give me time to nap. Give me time to nap. Give me time to nap. Let's go. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I know tonight on Raw we're gonna see the debut finally of this new Uncle Howdy faction. They did the whole countdown.
No more oogly boogly.
I'll say this. I just hope for the best. Let's see what again. Let's see the presentation. See how they present it, and let's see where they go on with that. Now, Walter did mention this moments ago. We're talking about the I Quit match regarding AJ Styles. So it was announced literally as we were doing Saturday Night Thunder sometime around 2 a.m. here, it was announced on Twitter per the Pro Wrestling Noah account that AJ Styles on July 13th will be taking part of their Destination 2024 card in a special singles match against none other than Nomichi Marufuji. That is what's going down. Now, Pro Wrestling Noah on their social media have been teasing a major announcement with WWE. Has something to do with WWE. And this was the big announcement. This is going down on July 13th. Again, AJ Styles versus Nomichi Marufuji. On the same day as Io Sky is wrestling for Marigold as well. So you see all this, Chase. What goes through your mind, bro?
I think it's pretty cool that WWE is sending like a legit star, not just like Charlie Dempsey or something, to Noah. We'll see how it plays out in the end. Normally, when WWE likes to, make good with other companies, it doesn't end up well for those other companies. Shout out to Evolve, shout out to ICW. They make good with WWE.
Well, ICW's still around.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same after Triple H pilgrimage. All those talents that go to NXT UK. I'm just calling facts when I see it. Like normal. Like, look, we all know why they're trying to establish relationships with Japan. Triple H, there's that photo where he had the whole NXT. He wants to expand NXT and into a bigger field, and it's that very UFC mindset. They want to set up training centers across the globe, and for WWE, they want to set up, where they left off. Honestly, I feel like the pandemic derailed a lot of the plans that Triple H wanted to do of creating his wrestling monopoly, where it's like we have NXT UK, NXT Japan, NXT South America, and have it where it's like, because that's a great way for them to, teach people the WWE style, but then not having to force some of these great talents. Hey, gotta come to Florida. A lot of them don't want to come to Florida. They don't want to move, transition. I mean, Gunther at one point in time, we thought we would never see this guy wrestle in the States, and now he's here. Now he's a guy that could be a world heavyweight champion in like 2 months. But yeah, it's a good way. So be interesting. But I think it's cool. If they just end up being partnerships, it's awesome. I think it's awesome, and it works. It's good for both parties because WWE fans, the one thing about WWE fans, they're very obsessive. And so they're going to go out of their way to try to find, like, WWE fans are funny. They'll shit on other companies for stuff. Or like, I don't know who the fuck that is. But when it comes to a WWE wrestler, if a WWE wrestler was wrestling some random in AEW, they'll be there in a heartbeat. They'll be like, I don't like AEW, but I will support X wrestler wrestling this guy and stuff like that. And then
Orange Cassidy versus Otis. That's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, exactly. They will go out of their way to watch anything WWE. So that's what the one thing that these companies are banking on is that the obsessive WWE fan will go out of their way to access a Marigold show to watch Io Sky versus Utami, and then same thing with AJ Styles versus Narufuji. They're hoping a WWE fan will figure out how do I watch Wrestling Noah to just watch this one AJ Styles match. And look, it's a totally different style, the Japanese styles, but that's how they are. WWE fans are just very obsessive when it comes to WWE wrestlers. So it's a good partnership, but I don't know. Like I said, when these partnerships happen, Triple H tends to raid their talent, put them out of business, or not really end up helping them at the end of the day. So it's something that you got to keep your eye on. And I call it how I see it with that stuff. Like history repeats itself with Triple H, man. It looks like he's picking up where he left off in the pandemic now that they have the resources.
I will say this for those of you out there that are wanting to see this match, right? These two matches, right? There's two ways to go about this. If you want to watch it live and in full HD, what have you, right? You're gonna have to, if you're on the East Coast, stay up a little longer, 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, what have you, on Wrestle Universe. That's the app. Wrestle Universe, right? You get to watch DDT, you get to watch Pro Wrestling Noah, Tokyo Joshi Pro, and stuff like that. But if you're one of those folks that, you know what, I'll watch it later. I'll watch it later on in the week, what have you. You get to go on these sites. Or somebody will upload the Daily Motion.
What
That's what I'm trying
sites?
to say.
Come on, man.
What do you mean what site?
No.
The Peru,
Why are you
the
promoting
Peruvian.
that?
I'm just saying, there's folks that will do that. There's folks that might do that, you know?
Fox, you.
Trent versus Lee. Okay.
Him,
Who's that? Trent versus Lee?
Oh no, have no clue. But listen, I think it's crazy to think, right? The WWE. We'll get to this also. We'll talk about TNA in a little bit here. It's crazy to think that WWE is working with all these companies now, right? Again, it's WWE TNA, WWE with Pro Wrestling Noah, WWE with Marigold, right? Hell, some would even say WWE with All Japan, right? You know that picture? I'm sure we've seen this online, that meme of Vince on the rocking chair, right? We all seen this, right?
Yeah.
Vince on the rock. That's Vince right now, watching WWE work with all these companies. When for years it was
Vince got bigger issues to deal with.
Well, I know that, but still, like we know when for years it was, this is our. It's like in school, right? This is our table. You can't sit at our table at lunch. That's what it was for so long, right? And now we're seeing them working with other companies. Whether there's a catch, right? Like Chase is saying here, you know, they're gonna, you know, take some talent here and there. Time will only tell. Time will only tell here, right?
Well, Walter, your Finn Balor for Money in the Bank pick might be in the mud, bud.
Yeah. I shared it earlier.
Yeah.
¿Qué pasó?
Not great.
Pero ¿qué pasó?
Triple threat match between Balor, Jey Uso. I forgot who the other one was.
Rey Mysterio.
Oh, damn, the disrespect. Sorry, right?
Yeah.
Even he's going to lose.
Well, Walter, who knows? Maybe, just maybe, Walter, there's a last chance
Royal. That's what Roman
Battle Royal, man. You know me.
That's what I got to hope for at this point.
You know what's crazy? Yeah. Chase was talking about earlier, like, you know, merch sellers for the Judgment Day. You know, Rhea's a merch seller, right? Dom's a merch seller. You know, Damian Priest, he's a good hand, right?
Yeah.
Finn Balor, if you would have told me back in 2014 when he showed up, right, from New Japan to NXT, and he got all that momentum, all the hype, right, the entrance, all that, right? Yeah, years from now, he'll be a good hand.
He is. I mean, he got injured. That's something that's out of his control. And unfortunately, after that injury, Vince was like, can't push this guy. Can't trust him.
I mean, he resigned, so he clearly is content, it seems.
Yeah.
Maybe Triple H promised him a little push after. So we'll have to see.
WWE might want to work with Puerto Rico and Mexico. I did hear about this. They talks about them linking up with promotions. So,
what promotions? I've always heard that these promotions are shady as hell.
Well, if I'm looking at from the Mexican side, right? Like, all right, CMLL and AAA work with AEW. Maybe the Crash promotion.
I don't know.
Puerto Rico. What's that promotion in Puerto Rico? CL or C? I don't know. I'm not familiar with the Puerto Rican territory, so I don't want to like.
I'm gonna give you that.
What, Carlito's dad company?
I don't know what the letters are though. Like CL.
No, I'm saying that you like work with Carlito's dad. I heard he's not a good person to work with.
I don't know. Ask Bruce Brody's widow. Yeah. So time will tell. I mean, listen again. You know, I'm sure now everybody just just can't wait to work with WWE now. You know, and they're gonna be a catch. Time will tell, though. Oh, hey, thank you, Safed. WWC. Thank you, Safed. Thank you.
Yeah, Carlito's dad's promotion. Yeah.
Yes. So, speaking of TNA, we talk about TNA just a bit here. I just mentioned TNA. So, this past Friday night was their Against the Laws pay-per-view. Now, it totally slipped my mind that it was happening live. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They usually happen live.
No, like I forgot that it was actually happening. Like they do like the TNA Plus thing, right? So
Man, you forgot. How dare you? You're a TNA fan. Come on.
I know I'm in the mud, man. In the mud.
Impact Breakdown.
Well, hopefully soon. Once the NBA finals are.
Oh, come on! That
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! So per cage match, they're giving the show a 6.60.
It was that bad.
The one match they're mad about is obviously PCO beating Rich Swann and the wall man Kazarian beating Joe Henry. Oh
no! I saw. I didn't see the car. Like after I saw a lot of people's like TNA did this at a weird night, I guess, because like I was seeing a lot more people commenting on this show than normal. So I was like, oh wow, because like I was like, what's the main event for this show? So I googled it, and it was Matt Hardy versus Moose, and I said that cannot be the reason why people are watching. And then there was just nothing else going on that night. Like SmackDown, like a lot of people saw the clips that happened earlier. Yeah, it was taped. So there was just nothing going on and people were just like, fuck it, let's go ahead and just watch this show. And so they decided to watch Against the Odds, and I just saw people, oh my god, like it was crazy how much. Like the clip that I saw that was ridiculous was like Kushida like poked Gresham, who's like wearing a mask now. Like Gresham wears like a mask now, I guess, to add character to his wrestler. It doesn't even look like an octopus mask. I don't even know what it is. He just looked weird, and he looked like a created wrestler with the mask. He looked weird. And so then afterwards, Kushida stole his ink, and I was like, wait, what do you mean stole his ink? I was so confused. But yeah, a lot of the results. I guess. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I saw, man, like the results, just felt like classic TNA. I was just like, oh my god, are we back in the Hogan era where there was a? Did
they restore the feeling, man? Did they restore the feeling?
They restored the feeling that made people turn off the network. That's for sure. And then and then Moose, he ends up retaining, but then it doesn't matter. Oh, our world champion retains. That's how we should end the show, right? Nah, fuck it. TNA legend Jeff Hardy's back. We might as well showcase him. Yeah, and he played the look. I guess maybe TNA might be working with the main roster soon. Who knows? Maybe the Hardys go on the expedition of gold again. Who knows? But yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. I was just like, oh my goodness, dude. TNA, dude. Like they're having all this positive momentum at the beginning of the year, and this show right here just feels like that. This is one of those shows where it's like when people go, why don't people give TNA a chance? Why don't people watch it?
This is why.
This is one of the shows where it's like, yeah, this is why people don't watch TNA on the regular. This is why TNA is in the state where it is now, where yes, they have a fan base. Like I'm not gonna look, TNA has a fan base, a very diehard loyal fan base, and that stuck with them during a lot of dark times, and hates when Impact / TNA would get shit on. But a lot of times it's their fault because they'll just do stuff where you're just like, man, and especially with the momentum, like I've heard no complaints about the system. I think a lot of people have been liking the system as a heel faction. Joe Henry, has been a revelation for them since like last year. Last year, this guy was gaining buzz and traction. I heard about this guy last year, and then obviously he did his theme song. He decided to release it on iTunes, and that helped him out a lot, gain a little bit more popularity. And then especially with I know for a fact TikToks, like I would see Joe Henry TikToks and from my friends, and they don't even know who the fuck Joe Henry is. So he's gaining traction to some degree, but it's just like one of those where it's like, why would you have him lose to Kazarian like that? I don't care if like they're trying to. No, this guy has to be built up to win. So
yeah,
fuck it, because Ace. Why is Ace Steel his manager?
There's no explanation. He just is.
I have no
Why
idea.
does Joe Hendry need a manager?
I've seen him talk. He can talk just fine for what I see.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna act like I've seen like I'll say this, like none of his promos are memorable, but I haven't left the Joe Henry promo and be like, this guy's horrible. Like, no, he's fine for what he does.
It's all about the crowd. The crowd really likes this guy, and I don't know why they're gonna give him a manager. We might even see him tomorrow for all we know.
Say his name now and he'll appear. I believe in Joe Hendry. There you go. That's good.
That's enough.
Yeah, but I'm like, wait, Kazarian beats him, and there's and he's getting all this momentum, right? Like I remember there was this whole report that came out during the time when they were in Scotland for Clash of the Castle that his whole picture showed up on one of the fucking billboards and shit. Like, what are we doing? TNA, like, are we back? We're so back in like 2015, 2013. Like, what are we doing? Well, you gotta tell me now. Next week we're gonna hear Dixie Carr's whole theme song and remember the old hashtag Where's Dixie?
Oh.
But also on the show, as you guys remember, at Battleground, Jordan Grace wrestled Roxanne Perez. And I guess the week after they announced that Jordan Grace will be issuing an open challenge on the show. And people were having all these high hopes. Who will it be? Who will challenge, Jordan Grace? Will be Natalia.
They didn't watch NXT Battleground. That's on them. For the people that are pissed off who did come out, that's on you. That is, that's on
you.
They
built the story.
They did. Now listen, first of all, to all you goofs who are angry about this, why? Y'all got to. And I said this.
Y'all chose to watch TNA, so you wanted to watch this pay.
More people. I'm not. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. No. Never mind. More people chose to watch TNA on Friday night.
No.
But that's through here. The point is though, there's a story, like Jay said. But besides that, okay. Yeah, I said this on Saturday Night Thunder. Sometime at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, while I was having my surges of waking up and going back to sleep and waking up again, right? There's this relationship between WWE and TNA right now. WWE is the A side in this whole thing. I know a lot of people are wanting to see Natalia versus Jordan Grace. You'll get there. It's just not going to be in a TNA ring the first time. It's going to be in a WWE ring. Yeah, now, does that mean that Natty go to Tuesdays? We'll see.
You understand, Natty's under a main roster contract. She gets paid a certain amount of money in the main roster contract. This is something where it's like you're going to ask Natalia, who is on a different contract structure, hey, go ahead and wrestle at this promotion. What if Natty doesn't want to wrestle there? She doesn't have to wrestle there. Tatum Paxley works up perfect. Their NXT contracts, they have to do what they're told. They're different contracts than main roster contracts. They have a certain thing. They cover certain things that aren't covered by the main roster contracts. Go ahead and wrestle for NXT. Go ahead and wrestle. And like I said, Tatum Paxley, it was built up, and that's on you guys for expecting. This is what I'm talking about. When people book the shows themselves in their head of what they want, and then they're upset because of what they want didn't happen. And it's like, did you not watch the show? Like if they did nothing to build up Tatum Paxley versus Jordan Grace, then yeah, I would say, wow, that was a bummer. You guys got freaking Tatum Paxley out of this, but they did build it up, which is a difference. They did it at Battleground where they had Tatum Paxley grab the TNA championship. So, and she was one of the main factors that cost Jordan Grace the NXT Women's Championship. So, of course, it makes sense that Tatum Paxley, who showed obsession to the TNA title, would come out and fight Jordan Grace. If there was no buildup, no hype, then yes, you have every reason to be upset about Tatum Paxley. But there was buildup, so stop being upset. It's on you guys.
Exactly, it's on you guys. And shame on all of you. Shame on all of you.
And I guess the defense is because she didn't get a reaction, this and that. But the thing is, okay, she didn't get a reaction, but like you said, there was a story to it, build up. This is the trade-off. They're gonna get an NXT person. Not gonna get Natalia. Maybe down the road they'll get main roster talent. We'll see how NXT is tomorrow because they talked about that battle royals from other locker rooms. Who knows? That's probably just Raw and SmackDown for all we know.
Exactly. No, we're gonna Raw SmackDown. We're gonna get a level up locker room.
You're gonna get what? You're gonna get.
I think tomorrow. Okay, if I'm to throw some TNA name that could probably be on this match, it's gonna be Joe Hendry. That's one of them. It'll be Joe Hendry. It'll likely be Eddie Edwards.
You think so, Eddie Edwards?
Why not? We'll have probably Ace Austin. maybe Chris Bay. You
I
know,
don't think
so
there's that many wrestlers, but
or four. I'll just throw you some four names.
Four.
You know, the rest will be NXT lot. NXT, yeah. So
NXT guys probably winning.
likely, I would be shocked if. Can you imagine they give it to Joe Henry? Can you imagine if Joe Henry ends up walking out the winner?
He's going to Toronto now.
Probably. And again, there's traction, right? There's that crossover, and you know, what's up, guys? What's going on, Venom? Tonight will be lit on Raw. Hopefully.
Interesting show. I mean, they're competing against the finals, but it is what it is.
Game 7, yeah. Game 7.
7.
My bad. Game 5.
On,
Game 5.
What the hell? This is game 7 for the Mavs.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's game 5. It's game 5 for the Celtics.
Game 5, but we're on the road for game 7 for the Dallas Mavericks. The road to game 7. But can you imagine they pull off the comeback? Oh, the story that will be told for years to come.
Jason Tatum and Brown's legacy will be in the mud.
Oh, especially Tatum's legacy will be so bad if that happened. Like Tatum would have the weirdest legacy of all time if that fucking happened.
Oh man.
Had a chance to beat the previous dynasty. Yeah.
They don't close it tonight. I'm a little worried.
I guess before we put a bow on this, we can talk about this. They revealed also the participants for the G1 Climax for this year. They announced it. Was it on Saturday? Saturday, right?
Saturday. We announced we were live still when that happened.
I know, but for those who weren't there, so here's what I like about this. From what I'm seeing, it's no longer 4 blocks. It's just 2 blocks. Yeah. We're going back to basics.
Yeah.
Going back to the basics. I don't need no C block. I don't need no D block. I don't need no E block. Just back.
And in ATP gaming, that's exactly how we're going to keep it. No multiple blocks.
What do you mean?
The concept of classic was good.
What about the S block,
the
W block, the C block, the R block?
That's too much work.
The M block. Now for CPZ, the C block. Come on, man.
Oh God,
it's too much work. You saw how long it took us to finish that.
I know. But they have 2 blocks here. So block A, Tetsuya Naito, who will be competing for the world title at Forbidden Door.
They just spoiled it. Come on. Oh my God.
Well, to be fair, Walter, the world champion.
I know they competed in this before, but
yeah,
they don't need to.
Well, entrant number 2 on the A block is Shota Umino. The third entrant is Shingo Takagi. Number 4 is Sonata. Number 5 is one of our favorites here in ATP. The Great Okan.
Why is he automatically in that? That makes sense.
Zack Sabre Jr. You have Gabe Kidd.
Nice.
You have Evil. Ugh. And you have Jake Lee, and you have a last spot to be determined. And that's going to be, I guess, it's like a little mini tournament. It's Tomohiro Ishii, Yoshihashi, Callum Newman, Kenta, Chase Owens, and Yujiro Takahashi. And I guess the winner of this, I guess we'll meet the winner of the B block tournament, which I'll get into when we talk about the B block. So the B block consists of Hiroki Goto, El Phantasmo, Yota Tsuji, my guy, Jeff Cobb, Hinare, David Finlay, Ren Narita, Yuya Uemura, from AEW, Konosuke Takeshita, also repping AEW and DDT, so good for him. I hope he does good.
And doing AEW.
Well, Walter, he is the alpha, he is the alpha. And the last spot will be determined between Hiroshi Tanahashi, Toru Yano, Oleg Boltin, Satoshi Kojima, Taichi, and TJP.
And Tanahashi put himself in this qualifier thing.
Hey, man, that's our president, bro.
Tana's a very interesting president, man. I'm surprised he didn't put himself in the world title match at Forbidden Door. I thought for sure he would want to make sure he gets the belt back, but I like these, man. Hey, did you see what they're kicking off B Block 2 with? They're doing Suji and
Kinosuke.
Yeah, right off the rip. Yeah, man. I think B Block is honestly the stronger block match rise. A Block has some good matches, potentials. It all depends on who wins those qualifiers. A Block has the better qualifiers, but
yeah, they do. I'm gonna try to watch this year. I know every year I say I'm gonna give it a go, and then I'll watch the first night, and then after it's like I'm good.
Nah.
I watch it. I don't watch it live. I tend to believe that I tend to watch it the next morning because it makes it a lot easier. Or
normally
what
I'll do, halfway I'll ask like on Twitter, what are the must see matches from the tournament so far, and then SP3 will like tweet out to me like a list of matches, and I'm like, I'll get to these. And normally I get high and I watch, and there you go.
You get high and watch.
Yeah, I mean, okay. If I'm the guest, like, all right, who I think will shine in this tournament, it had to be Kinosuke Takeshita, right? Because he's repping AEW and all that stuff, right? Also from the B Block, I will say, my guy Yoda Sushi. I think they'll do great. But if I'm to look at a winner right now, I'll probably go Shota Umino.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
I think Shooter probably gonna win this. I don't know what those odds are right now. I don't think Bet Online does the Japanese stuff, right?
That's why I think Mox is gonna win at Forbidden Door now.
That could be. And there's that story, right? Him and his young boy. I don't think because I know his dad is Red Shoes.
Yeah.
So okay, that'll be all full circle right there. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Yeah. The WWE Network is still a thing in the UK. Right, Stuart Henderson.
Aren't they moving all that to Netflix eventually?
I would think so, right? We'll see. Yeah, that's pretty much been about everything that. Unless you guys want to talk about something that maybe we didn't cover on the show, maybe you guys want to, before I put a bow on this.
I'm hungry as fuck. The kitchen doesn't have any good food here, so I gotta.
What do you mean? What do you mean? We got
Steve, you cooked probably the most disgusting plate I've ever seen, my friend. It was.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's a horrible plate, Steve.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm still hungry. Shit.
Like Steve, what is this, bro? What is this, Steve?
What the fuck is that?
This is what Steve is trying to feed me. Goes to Peru and he tries to cook me a lizard.
I don't know what the letters are. Those letters look very,
No. And then this was on last week's menu on the kitchen, and I was like, oh my god. This is what Steve likes to feed. This is what Steve likes to feed. This is one time Steve said sorry.
No. I'm about to throw up in the mud.
Yeah, so I gotta cook my own food. It's crazy. Steve don't know how. Steve's kitchen. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good.
I got the ducks in the dryage room right now working.
I heard the ducks are still alive. They're trying to get out of the fucking. They're trying to get out of the fucking oven as we speak.
Oh hell!
Killing Affleck for no reason.
Never. I love duck. Anyway, guys. Basically everything that we covered here. Unless you guys in the chat, I think we're about good here, guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope you guys enjoy Monday Night Raw. We are 10 days away from my birthday. Oh yeah, be the big 3-4, y'all. The big 34. If you guys have not yet hit the subscribe button, much love to all of you who tuned in today. All right, as always, you guys are just so awesome as always. All right, you guys can follow me on Twitter or X, whatever you guys want to call it, at Heel Steven. Follow the Around the Point Network over on X at AT Point Network. In case you guys have missed it, this past Saturday we did do a episode number 2 of Saturday Night Thunder. Hello, watch along. Myself, Chase, Romeo. It was a fun one. Our next ATP Gaming event will be For the Culture 2. The date will be pushed though because of
I don't think that'll be the next. I don't think that'll be the next one.
Yeah, I think one day For the Culture 2 will happen.
Yeah,
but
put one day because we gotta move on to the card.
We gotta do the draft.
We have elimination chamber coming up.
Yeah, we got Chamber, man.
We got Chamber. We have the draft.
And we actually have some good matches coming up for the next ATP Gaming UK Championship and Elimination Chamber spot. Carmelo Hayes versus Big Mike.
And that's gonna be
Walter, I don't know if you know this. I approved of this match. Cruiserweight Championship. Trick Williams. He showed me the scale. He actually made 205 pounds. Trick Williams, you are defending against Trick Williams at the next
How does he
ATP
get a
Gaming.
title match like that?
Oh,
That's crazy.
No towel required, right? No towel.
He proposed. He showed me the picture. I said, "Wow, this would be Walter's biggest test." So Trick Williams is going on against Walter for the Cruiserweight Championship, and also Steve. I've heard a former champion wants to fight you for the I Don't Know Championship.
I don't know championship.
Who is this former champion? Well, you have to tune in to ATP Gaming. Those are 3 matches that will happen at the next episode that we do before the Elimination Chamber.
Yes, indeed. I still remember when Steve said, "I can't believe I'm going to be 30." I can't believe I'm about to be in my mid-30s. Holy shit!
I don't want to say that part. Yeah.
Still
living the 20s.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for Raw Rundown. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. Chase, let them know where can the fine folks check you out, bro.
You can follow me on X at Chase Oliver 68. Go check out our good friend Romeo's channel, Romeo Damas. I was on the House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 1 live reactions. It's premiering during Monday Night Raw, so you can watch it live with Monday Night Raw. It's a good background noise, or you can tune in afterwards. But yeah, go show love to Romeo on that channel. Most likely will be on if time forbids me, which most likely will. But I most likely will be on all those House of the Dragon watch alongs. So
there you go. And
Steve, do you want Steve? It was called A Son for a Son. It was a crazy episode.
Son for a son. Okay.
Yeah.
Walter, let them know where can they check you out.
Yeah, at Hey I'm Walter.
At Hey I'm Walter, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be it for us. What a good way to start the week off. Man, CM Punk calls Drew McIntyre big time in Scotland. For myself, for Chase, for Walter, for the gang, this has been Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.
Hey, I'm glad Gordon Ramsay's alive. Y'all saw that video?
Oh,
Steve?
yeah. We forgot to talk about your boy Gordon Ramsay.
He fell off that bike hard. I trust me, I fell off a bike too, and that's why I'm afraid of motorcycles ever since. Ooh, that's gonna hurt for a long time.
Yeah, but at least he was wearing his helmet. So
yeah, he was. Make sure you guys always wear your helmets. All right, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you always wear your helmets. All right. Rest in peace, James Kent, Chef James Kent as well.
Who's